Our next guest is known for his roles as Tommy in the hit show Power and Frank Jr. in Netflix's Ozark. But in the new psychological horror movie Fear, actor Joseph Sikora has to grapple with his biggest fear in the face of certain death. Let's take a look.
We tell each other our most personal fears.
My biggest fear is drowning.
Claustrophobia, small, confined spaces.
My biggest fear is losing you.
Joseph joins us now. Thank you so much for being here.
Thanks, Lindsay.
I'm very excited to see this movie. Obviously, it's all about confronting your fears, fear of the police, fear of the pandemic. Do you have any personal fears?
I have so many personal fears. I'm afraid of letting people down. I'm afraid of running out of time. And I think that just like my character in the movie Fear, a lot of people share a lot of the fears that are brought up in the movie. Fear of commitment, fear of the police, like you said, and is certainly in the modern times right now.
Any aspect of shooting this movie that helped you confronting your own fears or perhaps will help the audience?
Yes, absolutely. We shot this during the height of the pandemic in 2020, so part of my fear was being outside, leaving the house. Where I live in Brooklyn is right by the hospital where the refrigerated trucks were there bringing bodies in real time, so I didn't know what this was going to be. And when Deon Taylor, who is an amazing and prolific director and filmmaker, asked me to come out to Northern California to film this, I said, how am I going to get there? What are the protocols? And they didn't know. This was the first film in the United States of America that completed initial filming during the pandemic, before there were guidelines from the CDC. So part of my fear of being out and about in the country was tackled by saying yes and being cautious and careful and knowing that it takes a community of love and trust to beat fear.
And what was that like, shooting during the pandemic with all that uncertainty at the time?
You know, some of it was really scary because we didn't know what COVID did. If I got this disease, this virus rather, what is it going to do to me? What's going to happen? And I think that this was documented on the film. So a lot of us, we would be doing the scene, and then as soon as it was called cut, we were like, were we too close for too long? Did we have it? Because if one person got sick on our set, everything would get shut down.
But no one got sick.
No one got sick, thank God.
And you guys filmed it in just 15 days, which I guess helped in that way. But at the same time, what was it like just shooting under that tight deadline? You
know, Deon Taylor is extraordinary for doing 65, sometimes 80 setups. So anybody who's in the film industry knows that that's nearly unheard of. And to have a real quality and fun project and product after that kind of involvement is nothing short of extraordinary. And it's really fun, too. So it's not to be underestimated what a good time you're going to have at the movies.
You also have a background in theater. How did that help with preparing you for this experience?
Just saying yes, the show must go on, always pushing forward. I never underestimate how incredible it was to not only grow up in the theater, but always be part of the theater. I'm still involved in theater in Chicago and New York, so I'm very lucky. And it's always good to have the theater background, to know that you can tackle a role, to really be interested in the human condition and make full choices as different characters. And this is a very different character than the two you mentioned, absolutely. But it's been really fun.
Do you have a preference for theater versus TV shows versus movies? I imagine they're all really different.
You know what? I love all of it. I love the audience participation. I think that theater is really an ancient art that harkens back to ancient times, so it feels really metaphysical when you're performing on stage because the audience is a real participant. But I just love storytelling in general, so it's all good to me.
And if we go back to the movie for a moment, what was it like behind the scenes? Because it looks like it's really frightening, and I'm just wondering if when you're actually shooting it, you feel some of that fear.
Well, that place is really haunted. I mean, weird stuff was happening. I'm not even joking.
Oh,
weird,
really?
Weird stuff happened at that lodge. I don't know if that was spirits past, if they need to update their electricity, but you can really stay there at the Strawberry Lodge. It's a real place. So that was a little creepy, definitely. But also it was a real bonding opportunity for us as actors because we all wanted to work, and crew. This was a very small crew. So we all got tight, and I think that the camaraderie is captured on film, but also the true scariness and the true fear.
Little doo-doo-doo.
Yeah, that's it. Doo-doo-doo.
That makes it even more exciting to see the movie. Joseph, thank you so much for stopping by. Really looking forward to seeing the movie. It premieres this Friday, January 27th in theaters nationwide.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.